Trey Hustler.
What up? Just Mike.
So, what is troll food?
What is troll food?
It's
Finger here.
I mean, figuratively, I think it means like, you know, something to feed the haters, right? This is troll food. It's a 2000 something Suzuki Ozark 250. I don't even know what years.
03, I believe.
Yeah, it's an 03 now. The best way to feed the haters was to take this utility quad and take the racks off of it and do random shit to it. It's Trey's fault. He started off. Okay, so we gave Trey the four-wheeler because he's Trey Hustler. You know, he busts his ass, so we hooked him up. Had a little sport quad in the garage, flipped it to him. But, you know, I felt like I had to mess with it a little bit, right? So
It all started with just whole shot tires.
yeah, Trey came up with the idea.
Just the whole shot tires.
Yeah,
Give it a little stand, throw some
Yeah.
wheel spacers on it,
yeah,
make it look a little more aggressive.
yeah. We're still working on the front.
Yeah, we got to get the wheel adapters.
That's a mess. You know, and then we figured out quickly why nobody online has any sporty looking Ozarks, because it's almost impossible to like,
You can't find it.
yeah, to get it all connected, put together. So anyway, upon searching online, you know, after the wheels were like, let's make some sound, let's get a muffler, and turns out really there's nothing there. That's why when we got online, we didn't find very many videos. There's a few that have a lot of hits because there are basically no exhaust that we can find. So we just started looking on eBay and found some random stuff, and there's some what look like some aftermarket mufflers that are basically just knockoffs with a bogus logo on them. We ordered them like that, 65 bucks a piece. So we slapped one of those mufflers on, and that's on part of one of those videos that we made. But as soon as we had the one muffler on, Trey and I were staring at it like, it needs two. Right? I mean, it just looks better with the dual exhaust. So we ordered the second exhaust. We had to cut the frame, bend some pipe, and make room for the left side. Did that. And then that's when the whole troll food really came on, because we decided the best way to put the best air filter we could figure to put on it would be a turbocharger. You know, we figured a little boost.
Why not?
Why not? And then it just kept going and going. So a couple quick shout outs. Want to thank Enrique over at Third Coast Turbos just for helping us, you know, along the way with just tech talk and stuff like that. He helped us clock the turbo and get it, you know, just where it belongs. Ecotrons for helping us with the EFI system. That's going to be part 3 or 4. We don't know what the next step's going to be. But Ecotrons, Taylor over at Houston Yamaha or Houston Motorsports over there off of 1960, 9550, FM 1960. 281-890-2020. Those are our friends over there at Houston Motorsports. He helped us with the wheels and tires and spacers and all that. So, there you go.
Magnolia, Texas.
Dude's got he got a tractor, but he ain't got a shower. It's weird. I'm pretty sure you can afford a tractor, you can afford a shower. Anyway, so I think Trey and I are gonna just show you a couple of things we've done. It's rough, you know. For example, the side panels aren't on because of all the work we're doing, but you know, before we decided EFI, we thought real big carburetor, which we put on there, and it doesn't. It's too tall. And so we wedged a hammer in there just to make space. We rode it with it in there, you know. But that's coming out. So the EFI's going in, the tank will go back down, the hammer will come out. But and it'll all get back together. We're gonna build some
Braces.
Yeah, for
so
that.
these ain't gonna be flopping around.
Yeah, and we will still run the racks from time to time, but for now we're just trying to go kind of sporty looking. So let's show them a little bit of the random stuff. Most of this stuff Trey came up with like The controls, like
The hand guards. Got those. There's some ODI lock-on grips.
best grips.
Best
ever.
grips you can ever buy.
Yep. Well, for your dirt bike, your
your dirt bike, full
your
or
bicycle,
anything.
whatever. That is just the best.
I
grip.
mean, they're not going nowhere.
The reason we say it's the best, I mean, one, this material is just so sticky. It works so well. But these things are bolted to the handlebar, so they're not going to slip. And
not
then
glued and wired.
yeah, if you have a bad moto, bend a bar or something, and you need to replace your grips, you can just take this pinch bolt loose and slide the grip off and just replace them right away.
Throw a
Sounds
little
cool.
fuel cap on there.
That's 6.5 horsepower on the dyno.
Yeah, I mean,
No
it's
bullshit.
Billet aluminum.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. It's I mean, I know a lot of people talk about horsepower and turb skis and all of that and, you know, bald eagles and stuff, and we're not gonna hate, dude, because it's true, America. But down here in the South, we got red-tailed hawks. So whenever we turn the boost up, we run a couple of hawks through there, baby. She's not positioned in there quite yet. Everything's still just loose. It's not clamped up yet, but that's the basically. This is 34 millimeter turbo, and it's supposed to make about 7 pounds. From what we read, anywhere from like 150 to 600 cc's, it'll make up to 100 horsepower. So we're gonna have to figure out how to turn it down.
Yeah.
So here, you can see the wheel spacers from back here if you look.
Nice little blue edition.
Yeah, that's a blue anodized 1.5 inch wheel spacer. We put that on. We thought it would look good. We thought the whole shots would have enough offset, but you have to get the wheel spacers for 2 reasons. One, it just looks silly without it, but your brake drum is going to hit that back wheel. That's
Killer mufflers.
oh yeah,
right
there, yeah. There's your twin dual
Akrapovic
exhaust,
or
Akrapovic, Akrapovic, whatever y'all want to call it.
However you want to say
But
it.
there's your twin. That's not carbon fiber, it's hydro dipped, but it looks really, really good. If you guys are Ozark owners, y'all are gonna look in here right away and realize that there's no battery box, there's no air box, and there's no toolbox. And so what we did, the reason that is we needed room for the turbo, but the reason they're not back there is because they're up here. We relocated the factory battery and box pretty clean, and then we just built an angle iron bracket on the bottom just to hold it all in place. And it worked out really nicely, actually. It fits under there just absolutely
Really well.
perfect. Yeah.
Perfect fit.
This is a radiator off of a KTM 65. We know we're not putting crazy amounts of boost through it. I know we're gonna get a lot of comments, and that's part of troll food. Hate if you want, but we will make some mods to that radiator. But I just refuse to use like a repurposed Audi 2-inch, you know, piped intercooler. It's overkill. All we're gonna do basically is cut these off and weld in some 1.5 inch OD 90s, and then reconnect everything. Everything on the charge side is 1.5 inches, so it all fit perfect. This is something kind of unique we did. Let me roll this forward real quick. Look at it from the back. One way we thought it would look sportier is if that yellow box went away. And so the way we made it appear to go away is we rhino lined it, we taped it off, isolated just the toolbox from the bottom of the fenders, took it off, and then rhino lined it. So basically it's bed liner. And the reason we did that, one, for, you know, to look good, blacks it out. But the real reason we did that is we gutted the toolbox, we sprayed it with expanding polyurethane, PolyTexas polyurethane, and then we cut it. And it looks like we cut it out with a spoon, and that's just because I was in a hurry. But we rhino lined that. On top of this will be a Mazda Desio 8x5 drop-in air filter that fits in it perfectly. So now we'll have filtered air coming in from the top. It's insulated. That's going to come through this basically plenum, I guess we'll call it. And then we're going to route that straight into the intake side of the turbocharger. So we have thermally ducted air going into the turbo, then that's going to go up to the intercooler and then back through the throttle body. So we're hoping that even though on a hot day it's actually going to run pretty darn cool, or at least as cool as we can make it run. If we really want to get sneaky, we'll spray that intercooler with some CO2 or something just to fool around. Basically it's limitless, you know, like if we can find room for it, we're even going to put a little exhaust cutout on there just for fun, because Because Texas, baby. Because you can, because it's troll food. One thing I promise you, I give y'all, or we give you our word, we won't put LEDs on the wheels or on the valve stems. I don't think we should put any LEDs on it.
No.
But
Maybe.
maybe a light bar or something.
Yeah, a small light bar.
Yeah, and we might put some cubes. We might take the headlights out. I'm not sure if we're gonna put cubes in there or not, but we're not gonna get crazy with lighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're not about that.
Yeah.
Might throw a winch on there on the front though.
A winch would be cool because it's sporty, but if we get stuck, we can still hopefully pull ourselves out. So, and I think a winch would really, add to the troll food thing. I think that it would add a lot of hate, and it would really bug a lot of people.
Just be one off.
And I think that that's good, you know, because then y'all can just continue to hate, and that will probably make us think of even more stuff to do to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, bring it in. Hit us with the comments. And even the haters, y'all go ahead and subscribe, man. Even the haters, we want all you guys to join in. If you want to check us out on anywhere other than YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We don't cut up very much on Facebook. If you want to look for our services, you can find us there. Just look up PolyTexas Foundation. We do a lot of unique stuff. We cut up a little bit more on the PTX Instagram page, so you'll see us kind of goofing off there a little more. If you want to look up Trey on Instagram, he's at Hulsey.718. Here, let's show him.
Also want to give a shout out to Charlie Brown over at OCD Customs in Santa Fe.
Santa Fe, Texas, yeah. 45 South. He does a bunch of Jeep stuff. I mean, a bunch of cool Jeep stuff. Check it out. He builds stroker motors and does lift kits and gear ratios and
Whatever you need for a Jeep.
Yeah, and they'll do good old-fashioned services too. But if you want custom stuff, he'll build you a rock crawler if you want it. But we're lucky enough that Charlie gives us basically the key to the shop, and we can just do whatever we want. And he's got a ton of cool stuff there, so that's helped us. That's really been the only reason we've been able to get all this stuff done. It's because Charlie. So thank you, Charlie. So we decided that we're gonna steal this Y pipe off of a CR450, and we'll use that to connect Trey's exhaust.
So yeah, our next video we'll be putting out, it's gonna be getting the dual exhaust set up, get the piping ran,
Then
intercooling, get all the piping ran for
hopefully
everything.
that'll be, maybe we can get the dual exhaust and the intercooler connected for the next video, because I don't think we're going to get all of that and the EFI done.
Yeah, that's going to be probably
One of the last things.
the last things. A lot of meticulous stuff on that.
Yep. But real happy with the way the pipe came out. We used so you guys know, we used a stock Ozark header, and then right at the first bend coming off the head, we used most of that radius to twist and turn and cut and make this chicaned kind of mid pipe, and it worked out perfect. I mean, it really worked out nicely. If you guys aren't gonna actually run a turbo or try to do something like this, I can tell you that we benefited from pulling the top of the air box off and then rejetting the carburetor, but the stock carburetor is not going to help you. What you need to do is go with a larger carburetor and then the opened up air box. But we've also considered that this might be a good idea for naturally aspirated guys, you know. So I mean, you guys could foam this out, spray bedline it, and then connect this to the back of your carburetor, and in theory you might have some colder air going into your carb. You know, that might be a little higher flow, that might yield some power for you, make you a custom muffler or something. You might make some power with that stock carburetor. But we went up to a Mikuni 32 millimeter flat slide carburetor. We have to put some bushings in here in order for that to work. Again, we're going away with the carb, but it's a nice carburetor. We got it on eBay. It's like 109 bucks. Brand name carburetor, and it carburetes. It works well. I mean, the thing runs fine. It's just we had to go to something bigger and better. But that would be what we'd recommend is the flat slide. And then you have to lean it out a little bit because with the stock jets, it's just too much. That's that. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the views on the other video. We appreciate that. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. I've had a lot of fun with it. So.
Me too.
So
Catch you on the next one.